Hey everybody, welcome back to Great Lakes Junction. I am just in the kitchen today. I have absolutely been craving some rice pudding and I thought I'd bring you along and show you. It's such an old recipe. I know everybody's probably grown up with it, but it's simple and it's good and it's great when it's super cold out like it is right now. So with that all said, let's get to it. So in this pot, I have 4 cups of milk, and I was making vanilla earlier today, and I had half of a vanilla pod. So I just threw that in my pot. If you don't have vanilla pod, you don't have to put that in there. And I also put in 3, as you can see them, 3 tea bags. I absolutely love chai tea. So I've put 3 tea bags in here, and they're just in here steeping, and I'm gonna simmer this for 10 to 15 minutes just to get all the flavor out of these tea bags. Okay, so this is sat for 15 or 20 minutes. It's just steaming. It's not even simmering right now. I'm putting half a cup of sugar in. And we're just going to mix that in and make sure it's dissolved. If you don't have chai tea bags, you could also put in a stick of cinnamon and maybe some star anise or a little bit of nutmeg. I'm going to put some cinnamon in at the end, as well as the chai tea bags. We also want half a cup of basmati rice. I'm sure another rice will work just as well. We're going to stir that in. Now I'm going to bring this to a boil, and I'm going to cook it like you would normally cook a rice. So don't walk away from it. Make sure you are there watching it for the time while it's boiling, so it does not stick to the bottom. While I'm stirring this, I just noticed that our tea bags are pretty much done, so I'm just going to remove them. It'll be a little bit easier to stir it as well. I'm going to add about 1/2 to 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon in there. And I did finally find my cinnamon sticks. They were right where I left them last time. So I've thrown just a half a cinnamon stick in there. I don't know how good it's going to actually do with that short of time, but we'll just throw some ground cinnamon in there as well. And it's almost done. We're just gonna keep that going for a little bit longer, and then we'll come back for the final step. Okay, our rice is done. We're just gonna fish out our cinnamon stick here and get that out of the way. Now, it's not very thick, as you can see, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add an egg, and it makes it a little custardy. But before you actually dump this egg in there, you want to temper it. So just put a little bit of the rice and the liquid in with the egg, and do that a few times because you do not want scrambled eggs. And I used a room temperature egg too, so that should help a little bit. Now we're going to turn this back on to medium high while we're tempering this, and get it back up to almost a boiling. We're just going to dump that in here, and we're going to bring it to a boil. And as it gets hotter, you will be able to feel it thicken in the pot. Oh, I can feel it getting thick already. So we're just gonna let this heat up a little bit more, and you'll be able to feel it thicken. And at when you feel that it's thickened enough and it's not really runny, you just shut that heat off it and let it sit for a little bit, cool off. Remove it from the heat, and once it's cooled down to a little bit hotter than baby bottle temperature, you can eat it up. It is the next morning. While I was finishing up my video, our power went out. So we had an accident here in our little village, and it actually broke an electrical pole in half. So the entire village was out for about 4 hours while they fixed it. So I wasn't able to finish up with the rest of the video. Fantastic. We actually all had some while we were sitting here in the dark last night, and it is terrific. I've been making this recipe for a number of years now with the chai tea in it, and we absolutely love it. So let me know what your thoughts are and if you've ever had it before, and hopefully you give it a try. So until next time, stay safe and stay warm.